Neither side is revealing what was actually said at the first negotiation meeting about the more than $1 billion Charger Stadium plan for Mission Valley. We know Mayor Kevin Faulconer, County Supervisor Ron Roberts, City Attorney Jan Goldsmith, and Charger owner Dan Spanos and Team Council Mark Fabiana attended the meeting. Joining me for a closer look at what happened or what may be is Jay Paris, a sports columnist for Mighty1090.com, and Liam Dillon, assistant editor and senior reporter at Voice of San Diego. And Jay, the Chargers meeting lasted just over an hour, as they said. What do you think they talked about in that hour?
Well, you know, both sides have complained, Chargers in particular. It's been 14 years in this long process. You think they could have hit the 2-hour mark in this meeting at least, but at least I guess they got done with the introductions and they know where the coffee's going to be and all that stuff. I was hoping for a little bit more substantial meeting considering the lead up to it, and the statement was certainly ambiguous afterward.
Right. What was productive was the statement, I believe, how the mayor put it. Right. And Charger Council Mark Fabiana said the city of Carson will continue to move forward. The Chargers with the city of Carson will continue to move forward on that plan for a shared stadium there. A lot of people could interpret that simultaneous deal of moving forward there and their conversation here about staying here, that's not really, they're not taking them seriously.
Yeah, you know, it's leverage, and they're not going to tip their hand and eliminate one of these cities unless they have to. And let's be clear here: when you negotiate with the NFL, they are going to squeeze, or it is going to squeeze every nickel it can out of you. It's not looking for a fair deal. It's looking for a deal that's top heavy in their favor.
And Liam, Voices of San Diego is suing the city of Carson regarding documents about conversation between the teams and the city. Tell us more about that.
Right. So we made a request, on as many media members do under the records law, to try to help the public understand what sort of the genesis of this deal was in Carson. And what Carson city officials told us is that there was not any documents at all, nothing on email, no text messages, no memos, nothing between the teams and elected officials in the city, and we find that particularly hard to believe. We're talking obviously $1 billion plus real estate negotiation, and they weren't talking about it, and so we are suing them to make them prove their opinion in court.
And wasn't there word that conversations started sooner than we previously thought?
Right. So this week there was news about a lawsuit came out that showed that there were allegations in their initial discussions about the Carson deal as far back as 2013, and so again to indicate that there's nothing on paper seems strange to us, to say the least.
And it's not just about Carson, though, right? Jay, there's tell us about some of the other possibilities.
Well, I think the really one that you got to watch is Inglewood. And Stan Kroenke, the Rams owner, he's got some deep pockets now. And you mentioned Carson, and the Chargers are kind of on the hook already for $20 million up there on a parcel of land. Mr. Kroenke has already put $250 million into an Inglewood project at the old Hollywood Park facility. They're already tearing down the grandstands. He has the money. He has the gumption. He's not afraid of the NFL, and he has a team with an LA hook in the LA Rams. So while a lot of the focus is on Carson, and that's a nice card for the Chargers to continue to play, I'd be more concerned about them being a tenant in Inglewood with the Rams.
Let's touch on the fans right now. What are you hearing from the fans?
Disappointed, disgusted, almost having stadium fatigue. But I think when earlier in the year, when the Chargers said they were going to go into business with the Oakland Raiders, I mean, that was akin to saying, LA's going to move down here. I mean, for a Charger fan to join forces with a Raider fan in anything is a stretch. So I think they're discouraged, and you don't hear the same buzz up or lead up for this upcoming season. Usually people are talking about the draft and the mini camps and what's it going to look like here in September. All the focus is on the stadium instead.
I understand only 1% of the fans actually attend the games in the stadium. That's correct.
That is true.
Let me ask Lima on this. So if the Chargers leave, what kind of political fallout do you think that could have here in San Diego?
Well, I think that there could be some, but I think that the mayor also has to keep in mind that he doesn't want his legacy to be the same legacy that ex-mayors in San Diego have had. Susan Golding is known for her pension problems, but also just as much for bad feelings related to the 1997 renovation of the stadium that turned out so bad for the team and so bad for city taxpayers. And so if he gives away the store, then his name will be mentioned in the same breath. And so it's certainly a tough needle for him to try to thread.
Okay, very unscientific last question between the two of you. I'll start with you. Jay, do you think that the Chargers are going to stay?
I would love for the Chargers to stay. I'm a sports writer, but I just think it's almost, NFL has become too expensive for San Diego and what it can offer. And at some point, San Diego might have to say, it's not me, it's you.
Liam?
LA's Plan A, San Diego's Plan B, but as my boss likes to say, they're the Chargers, so they might fail at Plan A.
Liam Dillon, Jay Paris, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.